Hello, my friends. This is Andy over at the Facebook Live TV show and the Book Publishers group. And we're going to be talking about the Book Publishers Mastermind that we're going to be doing in San Diego very shortly. And I'm also going live in my personal Facebook page. And I know it somehow drives certain people crazy because that's where I normally do my CBD stuff and Viseo and Overcome Nation. But I know there are a number of people that have not been able to make the transition over to our Book Publishers group since the other group, the Publish and Profit. Wow, it's been so long I couldn't think of the name. The Publish and Profit group has kind of gone a different direction. So just in case you've missed it, we have a Book Publishers group. If you used to be a part of the Publish and Profit group and you have been wondering where everybody went, well, we created another group called the Book Publishers Group. And we have a retreat or a mastermind coming up in San Diego. And wow, I hope I have those dates still up. Hold on. Oh, that would be really bad if I don't. Hold on. I got to find it. Stand by. Hold on while I'm doing this. I should have had this all set up beforehand. Wow. Andy, come on, dude. Come on, bruh, as I say to my kids. Oh, no. Oh, no. It is not here. Shoot, I will find it and I will get it back on there in the dates. There we go. May 3rd. There we go. May 3rd, 2nd and 3rd, 2020 San Diego Hilton Gas Lamp. So we have that coming up. And so what I want to do is come on today, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this lower third really quick because this isn't one of my favorites, but I wanted to have it up there because I'm going to be talking about stuff like that. What I want to do is for those of you that have already signed up and those of you that are going to sign up for the mastermind, what I want to come on tonight, and I'm going to come on several times before the event and just check in and see if there's anything that you're struggling with in regard to book publishing and helping your clients become best-selling authors. And I want to make sure that we cover as much as we can. I cannot guarantee that we will cover everything because I'm sure there's a lot of things that people struggle with. And you're great at building a list. You're great at creating a cover, helping them with their content, helping them write their book, maybe helping them format their book, maybe helping them with their title and their subtitle. You've gotten really good at that. And then there's these other things though that keep hanging you up, like contracts with your clients, that you sometimes get people that struggle in putting their book together, and in your contract it may not be strong enough that at the point where they stop working and stop following through, where you need to have that in a contract and know how to bail out or how to say, listen, hey, this is what you're supposed to do, and this is what we agreed to, and you're not doing it. Something like that may be something that you want to learn. Everett O'Keefe has some great information in regard to contracts and some techniques and some things to put in a contract. I have some things that I know that I put in a contract more recently in relationship to other businesses that I've run that have been lifesavers, especially with those clients that don't follow through with what they're supposed to do. One of my areas is going to be hopefully helping you with what do your clients do after they wrote the book, after became a best-selling author, and helping you give them some direction on what it is that they can do to build an audience towards the thing they're really trying to sell, whether that is a big ticket mastermind group like this one, or an online program, or a one-on-one coaching program that you want them to get into, or what have you, whatever that may be. I have a lot of experience doing different things with businesses. I've had security companies. I've had dog training business. I have an online dog training business. I've had training courses for dog training. I've had training courses for attorneys. I've had training courses for entrepreneurs who want to learn how to do social media. Some things have been successful, some things have failed. And I think me teaching you about the things that have failed are nearly, if not more important than the things that I'm going to teach you that are going to help you be successful and to make sure that you don't make the same mistakes that I do. I have a Facebook user. I'm not sure who it is. All you need to do is accept, and I may not have put that link in the, because you're watching this probably from a group. If you're watching this from a group and you did not approve Facebook to show your, who you are, then that's why I don't see who you are. So whoever you are, hey, back. All right. So I would like to know what that is. I got to tell you that there are some things that when you do them right, they carry on for years. And I want to just share a couple stories. One of those stories is based on me becoming a best-selling author on one of my dog books, is that I got invited to be interviewed on NPR, National Public Radio. Is that right? Is that what the N stands for? I always forget. NPR. I just know what they are. And again, I would not say that I'm necessarily an NPR listener. That is not really my thing. Although I got interviewed on NPR, and that has created income. That was 5 or 6 years ago. I still, to this day, from that interview I did 5 or 6 years ago, get calls from people say, "Hey, I heard you on NPR." And some of them say they just recently heard it, or they saw it online, or saw the interview online and listened to it. Or there's also an article that goes along with that NPR interview that I did, and I still to this day get people that call me from that thing. And so I think it's really important that people understand that the book is the stepping stone. The number one best-selling book is the thing that gets them to that next step. Remembering that it is not necessarily the book that makes you wealthy. It is what gets you recognized as a leading expert that creates wealth, that creates momentum, that creates you as a leading authority in whatever niche it is that you are written your book about. And so super important to understand what they're to do after that. Another thing is, it's been probably 6 or 7 years since I wrote a dog book at all. I'm trying to think when the last book I did republish Walking with God and the Dog. But that's not where this next thing I'm going to tell you about came from. But it's been probably 4 or 5 years since I've written a book in relationship to dogs, somewhere in that neighborhood. So, hey, Nabi, nice to see you. Cash makes you wealthy. Yes, eventually. Not when it's pennies, but yeah, when it starts to come in $300 an hour, and that's when everything begins to happen. So it's probably been 4 or 5 years since I've written a number one best-selling book. But the number one best-selling books that I've written, a number of them in relationship to dogs, put you in this place, right? And again, it doesn't make me a fantastic person, doesn't make me necessarily better than any other dog trainer on the planet, although I have been doing it a very long time. I've had great success at doing it. I've had a number of dogs that would probably been euthanized if it wasn't for our techniques and the way that I've developed some training sessions to train with dogs and to train, especially with human beings. That's the most important thing. So I've been able to do that for years. So about 3 weeks ago, I get a call from one of the biggest YouTubers on the planet, apparently. I did not know this. My children just told me not too long ago. And they said, "Dad, you have no idea who you're talking to. This is a huge YouTuber." They have something like 5.5 million subscribers. Apparently they're a fairly big deal. Well, one of their peeps called me a couple weeks ago and said, "Hey, we need your help putting together a show. Can you help us?" And I said, "Of course, that's easy." And so I'm in the process of putting that show together for them. And much of the components involving a dog and some other stuff, I don't want to let too much loose, because you never know if things are always going to work out, right? So let's just say that because of the authority that I built becoming a best-selling author in that niche, right? I'm not sure I would have got that phone call if I didn't have the number one best-selling books, right? Before, I was just a dog trainer that advertised in the Penny Saver, that advertised on a pizza box, that advertised on the receipts that you get at the grocery stores. That's where my advertisement was before. But once I become a best-selling author, then I became an authority in my niche, in my world of dog training. I then began to get on NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox, the WB, where else? All kinds of places. Oh, the Hallmark Channel. I was featured on the Hallmark Channel. I went there to do one segment in the Home and Family show on the Hallmark Channel. Ended up doing like 5 or 6 segments on an hour show. Huge, right? Nobody does that. Nobody gets included on everything on one of those types of shows. And I just happened to get there at the right time. I got invited on the show, and the stuff I happened to say, they kept inviting me back for all the other segments of that particular show. And so again, it's all part of that, writing that number one best-selling book. That never would have happened without the number one selling book. But it is what I did after I wrote the number one best-selling book. It's everything that you do after. So if you, as a publisher, can begin to teach your client what to do after they write that book, what it is that they're supposed to do with that that new badge that they wear, that new badge that they put on their Facebook page, their YouTube channel, their Instagram, account, whatever it is, LinkedIn, right? Whatever it is that they now begin to advertise themselves as the #1 best-selling author in that particular niche. What is it you do now? What is it you do after that? And so that's where my talks will focus. And I'm sure Everett O'Keefe and Sandy Masori and some of the other experts we're going to be having at the Mastermind will be talking. I want to make sure and help you create more revenue as a publisher in giving them more information, so that now you become they become a raving fan and begin to tell other people. And when they were ready to write that next book, they're going to come back. And they're going to have you help them with their next book that they're going to publish. And then they're going to come back for the next book, for the 2021 version of their book, and then the 2022 version of that book, and the 2023 version of that book. And that really is one of those things that you're going to want to make sure and market, that they're going to want to remarket that book that they wrote and update it. And then all they do is change the title in the sense that it now says 2001, 2022, 2023. Did I skip 2022 before? I might have. But what you're going to do with that. And so that's what we're going to be talking about. And so back to the YouTube influencers who contacted me and want me to help them with this particular show. Again, it's just going to keep, this book just keeps, showing up, right? The books that I wrote just keep showing up in the sense that people look at me at this. I'm no different of a dog trainer than I was before I wrote the book, just to be honest with you. I probably learned a few things between now and then, but I swear to you that there was not that much different about what I did and what I developed as a strategy for training human beings and their dogs. That strategy has been pretty much the same over the last 20 years. The only thing that changed is I became a #1 best-selling author. And then after that, boom, everything begins to happen, because now the perception of who I am, the perception of my techniques, the perception of my company changed because I wrote a #1 best-selling book. Now people want to do business with you, right? Where before you were just the dog trainer that had these great techniques that nobody really knew about. But once you begin to get on television, when you begin to show up on a very popular YouTube influencer, helping them with an entire show, which we're doing, then that will continue on. It's just regenerating interest in what it is you're doing, regenerates you as I think I'm using the term correctly. It rejuvenates or regenerates. I don't know which one to use. Somebody help me out. Nobby, help me out. It's one of those two things. It just continues to put you in this place of authority, because people are recognizing you that are perceived to be all that, right? And you begin to show up on their shows, right? It used to be you wanted to be on Oprah's show, but now since she doesn't do show, now you want to be on a YouTuber show. You want to be on Joe Rogan's podcast, right? And these are things that people used to scoff at. Oh, you're a podcaster? You're not really a radio personality. You're just a podcaster, because anybody could do a podcast. Oh, you're just an author, and anybody can become a #1 best-selling author. It's easy nowadays. It really. It's not that easy, because the content actually has to be good, right? You can write a book that's full of crap and possibly become, a best-selling author, but you better be good in what it is you put down on paper. You better be good when it comes to being on television. You better be good when it comes to being on stage. You better be good when it comes to you showing up on that YouTube channel. You better be good when you get that interview with NPR, and you better be good when you show up on the Hallmark channel and they say, hey, we have this other segment. Would you mind showing up there too and helping us with that segment? Oh, and then after that, we have this other segment. Would you mind coming in? And we just want to know what it is you have to say on that segment too. And that is kind of the way that it works, right? And this comes with understanding, for you, the book publisher, how it is you talk to your client to help them take those big steps, right? It's not enough just to write a book. It's not enough necessarily just to be a #1 best-selling author. It's who they are and who they show up as when they begin to get interviewed and begin to show up on those other things. And so I'm hoping that I can help you out in those areas. So make sure and let me know what it is that you need to learn to help your clients take that next step. That's what we're going to be talking about at the Book Publishers Mastermind in San Diego. And the dates down there, May 2nd and 3rd, 2020. 20. I'll put the link in this. Let's see if I can grab it. Again, I had it. Oh, you know what? I have it in here. Stand by. Not. Not me. Yes, they can. I am. Listen. I am no one special at all. As much as Nabi is one of the greatest people in the world. Whoever's. It's funny. Nabi's kind of fickle. One day he gets on and says he goes the other direction, right? And now today now he could be actually pulling my chain, but no, it is not that hard, and we just need to help people become. There's not enough dog books out yet. No. Oh, that's the other thing, right? I put a question on my Facebook, and it was, what is it that you put in your smoothie in the morning, whether it's for you or your kids, right? That was kind of the question I put on Facebook. And I began getting these recipes. And as these recipes are coming in, I got this idea, right? Don't steal my idea. Don't take my Facebook post and do this. But I'm thinking, what I can do, I could create a book around the recipes that are coming in relationship to that smoothie. And what I'm going to do, and what I'm thinking I would like to do, is use the person's first name who put the comment on there, and then name it something silly based on what it is the ingredients are. So there was one that had bananas and peanut butter and some other stuff in there, right? And so I thought, how about, I forget her name now. Shoot, I think it's Kaylin. Kaylin's banana peanut butter split, right? Smoothie. That's her recipe. And then write down the recipe and then put some other shenanigans in there that will make it, a full page of directions, and maybe some other, maybe the ingredients as far as what each one of the vitamins are in each one of the fruits that are in there, the benefit of having, such and such and such and such, maybe what kind of peanut butter to use, maybe the best ones from Trader Joe's or something like that. And that could create a whole book around that one post. Yeah. And it would be the greatest thing. And these are some of the things that I think about. I'm crazy, just so darn crazy about this kind of stuff. Douglas Parker, one of my neighbors, he was like my next door neighbor in Riverside, California. He may possibly, I got to go check out something. He may be possibly involved in that YouTuber event that I was just telling you about. Again, I can't give you too much details because who knows, right? Things happen and it may not go through. But I just want to tell you, at least the phone call from one of the number one YouTube influencers in the world, contacting me to help them out with a show. And then Doug Parker. It's hard for me to say Douglas Parker, but Doug Parker showed up. He's in Hawaii right now with his family. That's why he's saying aloha and looking great there in Hawaii. All right. Anybody else that's on there, please make sure. I'm not sure who the hey is. If you are still on, write another comment and tell me who you are, because I'm too lazy to go to Facebook and find out because I'm on different channels. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Twitch, and I'm on a Facebook group. I'm on 2 Facebook pages, one of them being my personal page. So I don't know which one of those places to look. Probably the book publishers group, I'm guessing. But again, way too lazy to look and see who that is. So again, Nabi's nuts. Yeah, Nabi's a little... You caught my Beavis and Butthead, side of my personality. All right. All right. Oh, I forgot what I was doing. I was looking for the URL. Hold on. I got a banner here that has it. Here we go. So you're going to go to publishersmastermind.com/order. Publishersmastermind.com/order. That's where you're going to go to sign up. If you haven't signed up yet, if you're, deciding, you're on the fence, you're silly, because we reduced the price. Our normal mastermind retreats are in the area of $3,000. We go to places like Nashville. We go to Yosemite, Dominican Republic, Carmel, Victoria, British Columbia. Where else have we been? There's a couple other places we've been. I can't think of where they all are. But and we have a chef and all that kind of stuff. So this one we brought down a bit. It's not $3,000. It's a fraction of the cost. It's in San Diego. It's 2 days. The only thing we aren't going to have is the chef. Right? We're not going to have the chef because that's one of the big costs that we have. So you're going to want to make sure and come down, but it's the publishersmastermind.com/order. You're going to make sure and go to that URL and get signed up to join us in San Diego. We got people signing up as we speak, and appreciate that very much. But in the comments, no matter where you're watching, in the comments, please let me know what it is that you are struggling with, or what you need to you need help with. And if I can't help you, Everett will help you, Sandy will help you, any of the other experts that we may be bringing to you may be able to help you, and whatever, we'll do everything we can. Again, I can't guarantee that we're going to address every concern and question everybody has, but it would be very helpful to make sure that and put down what it is you're struggling with. And that way we can address as much as we can to make sure that this opportunity on May 2nd and 3rd is going to give you everything that you wanted it to, and hope that it would. All right. So just let me know. I'll be coming on more often and asking some questions and sharing some more information with you as we begin to get closer. All right. That's it for me tonight on what's today? Ray? Wednesday night. February 4th, 2020. All right. We'll talk to you later. Take care. Oh, shoot. I'm not ready. Hold on. I'm not ready. All right. Now, that's it. We'll see you later. Bye.